You're worried about getting a load up the road that is of an extremely long length, extremely wide. It's just 500% concentration.
For 10 years, Dion's been driving the biggest, widest, longest trucks on the road.
As a kid, I always wanted to drive a big truck, and I'm following my dream.
But that dream comes with a cost.
I'm away most days of the week, most nights of the week. The kids don't like it. They love it when you're home, but unfortunately they all know Dad goes away in the truck and we'll see him when he gets home again.
Driving the biggest trucks comes with the biggest pressure. On this job, Dion's under extra stress. It's his first time as lead driver. He's the man in charge, and if anything goes wrong, it's his career on the line.
We've got lots of risks with fences, power lines, power poles.
And for Dion, it's not a great start. Loading should have begun hours ago, but last-minute changes from the owners mean work's still going on to finish the conveyors. If Dion's late, the plant may have to shut down. Workshop manager Rowan knows what that could mean.
I wouldn't want to guess how much it would cost the mine for shutting this part of the plant down, but it will be within the millions.
All Dion can do is wait. And wait. And wait. After 12 hours, the trucks are still idle. With every minute, the pressure's building on Dion.
It means for a long night and an early start tomorrow, and it's got to be done.
It's early morning in Perth. A police escort and pilots are already here, but the team still isn't ready to go. If they can't get away in the next few hours, they'll miss a deadline they've been working to for months. New to the team is rear trailer operator Steve, aka Slim.
Oh, I'm up. I'll go get up there and tie some.
At 28, he's the youngest member of the crew and the one Dion will push the hardest.
Come on, Stevie. Steve! Trailers to load.
Sometimes it gets a bit stroppy because still learning about it.
I'm helping you, I'm helping you.
Slim needs to make sure that securing the load is done to the letter.
He wants it on a better angle to pull down, because I had it like that. It's wrong.
No, I got some tie wire to tie all that in. The buck stops with me. This is where we're at with the job, and need something done, it gets done.
While there's huge pressure to get underway, Dion and second driver Dave disagree about how the load should be secured.
Look, that under there, you'd have a double strand chain.
Dion wants to use 2 chains to secure the load at key points, but Dave wants to double loop a single chain.
I'd have to wrap that around twice to make it a double strand chain.
No, you've got a full loop.
First I've heard of anything like that, Dave, so that is absolutely new to me. No, I'm not.
Yeah, but you know, if you loop a chain, it's twice as strong.
Yeah.
If we hook that under there...
Well, we can undo them all and do that if you want. No, if that's what you want, Dave.
Just when we do the next, we do it the other way.
No, we'll do it all the same, mate. I just undo them, Slim. Well, can you pick up some chains and help Dave, or what? I was just trying to get it through my head how a 3.5 tonne chain becomes 7 tonne when it's one chain. Have a look here, Dave. You're pulling off a chain. Dave, I'm trying to work this out. All right, if you want to get your attitude, just off. All right? I'm trying to work it out, Dave.
Come on, hurry up.
No, I'm trying to work this out.
Yeah, just come on down.
Wait, Dave, what are you, Dave? You've done jack shit all morning. Still ain't much, mate. At the end of the day, anything in the workshop stays in the workshop.
Outside, the factory's being dismantled to make way for the 6-metre wide load. But there's another barrier in Dion's way. Safety inspectors have to measure every part of the load to make sure it matches Dion's paperwork. It has to be millimetre perfect. Any discrepancies could mean big delays to fix them. Time Dion doesn't have. One mistake and he won't be going anywhere. He's powerless as the inspectors decide whether he stays or goes. It's the moment of truth.
That's fine.
After all the tension and delays, Dion can finally get underway.
There we go.
The open road is in sight. But suddenly, Dion's collided with the workshop door frame. He's trapped.
Come back just a little bit slowly.
With millions of dollars at stake, more delays are the last thing he needs. His team needs to get him free fast.
Got him, mate.
You all right?
Rolling forward.
Keep going. Keep it going.
All good.
It's going to be a slow, painful day getting out of town.
Finally out of the workshop, the pressure falls onto Slim. It's his job to steer Dion's rear trailer, or jinker, to get the 40-metre load around tight city streets.
The jinker driver's on the ground at all times. The truck goes quite wide around the corners.
You gonna miss me? All good, mate?
The jinker driver, he's just got to compensate for the length of the load. We've got lots of risks with fences, power lines, power poles. Real slow process.
Slim can't afford a single error. It's slow going. 1 kilometre takes nearly an hour. Up ahead, the roads are closed to make way for the massive trucks. But something is refusing to get out of the way.
A lot of the signs are designed to come out.
With this one not budging, it's down to Slim to get Dion around it.
Don't press too wide, mate.
Stop. Whoa. It's touching.
Let's go back a bit, mate. Have another grab.
I think we're going to miss it. We're going to get it to get Dion. Dion. Let's go.
It's always slow and tedious out of town. Very hard on the gear.
Guiding Dion through the city is his team of pilots. He's completely reliant on them.
All we see is the outer edges. Lots of blind spots, and you've got to have a lot of faith in the team you're working with. If we don't get it positioned correctly on the road, there's every chance we could take a power pole down.
Yeah, you're clear.
Thanks, mate.
Dion's made it onto the busy main highway, but every few kilometres, the convoy has to stop to let traffic by. As he can only travel during daylight, at this pace, Dion's in real danger of missing tonight's stopping point. And there's another hazard up ahead, a series of low bridges.
Bridges are always a pressure point. Doesn't matter how many times you measure, you can always be wrong.
Dion should be able to clear them, but one tiny mistake and his career and millions of dollars could be on the line.
A bit lower. This will be close, Dave.
Yeah, that was a bit lower there.
The last is the lowest of them all.
You generally take it nice and easy, and hopefully nothing goes bang. If you were to hit the bridge with a larger machine, something say 6 metres or something, you could tear the bridge down.
Having navigated the bridges, Dion has a clear run to his stopping point. But suddenly, second driver Dave has an emergency. One of his brakes is jammed. It's close to catching fire.
Away from that corner, mate.
Dave needs to wait for the brake to cool down before he can try and repair it. If they can't fix the fault, his journey could be over right here. All Dion can do is wait. And wait as more precious minutes tick by. At last, in the rearview mirror, there's good news. Dave's back on the road.
We're out of it. Exactly. As we're restricted by daylight, we've middle of winter, not many hours, 10 hours is about all we're getting. We're only allowed to do 80 k's an hour, so yeah, if we can get 700 k's in a day, we'll have a good day.
He may have daylight, but the winter sun is throwing up another hazard.
As you can see, we're driving into the rising sun at the moment, which is obscuring our vision. Quite a dangerous hazard, especially when we've got trucks parked on the side of the road and we all have to negotiate them.
At 7 metres wide, Dion's load is hogging almost the entire highway.
Thanks for that, mate.
You are blinded by the sun.
To stay on the road, he needs to use all his experience.
You just look close to the front of the truck, look down, hold your line, you know where your line is on the road, so you just sort of focus down out of the sun a bit, and the old sunnies help as well.
But suddenly, there's bad news on the radio for second driver Dave.
Dave, you want to just check your light switch, buddy?
The brake lights aren't working on his trailer.
Yeah, just the tail lights might have a bit of a short or something. We'll have to pull in and have a look.
No good? Must have been rubbing on the ground. The wire was rubbing on the ground and it's wore it through, as you can see.
Without brake lights, he can't continue. It's down to Dion and Dave to make some hasty repairs.
That's the thing about being on the road. If it doesn't work, you've got to fix it.
You've got to fix it, yeah.
As the minutes tick by, all the time they picked up is slipping away.
Might be an issue with that one too, eh?
And the situation's getting worse.
Yeah, but if you unplug it, it fixes it, so it's not the lead.
The worn-out cable's been repaired, but the trailer's electrics are still shorting out.
The brake lights on the dolly come on when we plug this in. There's a short somewhere. I reckon it's got to be in that lead that's underneath.
If they can't find the fault, they'll have a serious problem on their hands. No lights, no delivery.
Oh,
Crying out loud.
shut up, David. That's bloody hurt. Oh!
Finally, the boys come up with a fix.
We've basically just cut out a lot of the wiring system and just run one long wire to the indicators.
It's a patch-up job, and it has to hold until they reach Dampier, 1,000 kilometres away. To help claw back time, he's relying on his team of pilots to clear the way. Almost a kilometre ahead, lead pilot Beck is a key member of the team.
I actually sit out the front of the loads, warn oncoming traffic about the size. Yeah, copy, mate. Get you to back it down and get a positive. I've got 2 jinkered lows coming around the corner, buddy. 2 at 6.8.
Driving on the wrong side of the road is a high-risk job.
You get used to it. You just got to be careful on the blind bends. They're coming around here at 100 mile an hour, and you're on the wrong side of the road on a blind bend, bang. Yeah, just got a couple of big ones coming across the bridge down there, so if you just hold it before you get to the bridge. Cool, thanks, mate. See ya.
Each load is double the length of a cricket pitch and twice as wide. Getting past them means risking your vehicle and your life. To do it safely, you need to go through the back door.
The back pilot will, what you call, close and open the back door so nothing can come around.
The pilots have to be sure it's clear before they wave traffic through.
Is that your back door now, Dave?
Ready then.
Get it wrong, and the results could be disastrous. A triple trailer road train is called through. Dion and Dave must pull over as far as they dare. Moving it up to 100 kilometres per hour, hundreds of tonnes of truck are barely a metre apart. Dust from the other truck makes visibility poor. Both drivers need to stay out of the soft gullies on either side of the road.
The gully on the shoulder can be up to, if not more than, a foot deep.
Hang your back door, Dion.
If they're out on the edge and they hit a big pothole like that, it's a disaster for everyone.
After the triple trailer comes an even greater threat, fuel tankers. On board, hundreds of thousands of litres of flammable liquid.
Quad fuel tanker coming around. He's got 140 tonne gross.
If the driver runs wide, the fuel can move violently inside the tanks, causing the whole truck to sway across the road. A collision now would be disastrous.
Yeah, just hold it straight. I hope to bloody God nothing goes wrong. Don't want to have an accident with one of them.
Yeah, there's a few bully jumpers on your right-hand side.
As far as livestock goes, including kangaroos, unfortunately, sometimes it's unavoidable. You can't swerve to avoid livestock or kangaroos because you place the whole load in danger. So therefore, sometimes they go under the front.
There's nearly 60 million wild kangaroos in Australia. They're a common sight on outback roads. They're fast, unpredictable, and can weigh up to 90 kilos. But when hit, not all of them die instantly.
Kangaroos do survive. Unfortunately, they're badly injured.
And right now, it's feeding time. Up ahead, lead pilot Beck has spotted something. A kangaroo's been clipped by an oncoming vehicle, leaving it seriously injured. She's asked Dave to take care of it.
She's dead. You got him, Dave.
The only thing that I could have done was to run it over again. I don't like doing it, but sometimes you have to stop the animal from suffering.
Yeah, thanks, Dave, for putting that poor thing out of its misery, mate. I thought it was dead when I went past, and then I saw it move and roll, and yeah, just can't leave it like that. Thanks, buddy.
For any trucker, it's just one of the harsh realities of life on outback roads.
Oh, it's pretty gruesome, you know. I even have days you see lots of dead kangaroos and you start getting a bit weak in the stomach. But you've got to do what you got to do. You can't leave the animal to suffer.
Dion Fisher's convoy has reached Dampier. Despite everything that's happened along the way, they've made it on time. Almost.
I'm probably about 3 hours behind.
With the mining plant just 8 kilometres away, the client has come to meet them and check the load. Dion's in good spirits.
Deliver this and get it unloaded.
But all that's about to change. A team of transport inspectors has arrived. It's the last thing Dion needs.
Every state in Australia's got heavy vehicle enforcers, and every truck driver in Australia tries to keep away from them.
Whether it's 8 kilometres or 8,000, if they're not happy with even the smallest detail on the load, they can hand out big fines, or worse, ground Dion right here.
You can be as legal as you want, and you can be empty, and we still try to avoid them. We just sit an hour on the side of the road no one wants.
Because if you pick them on a bad day, they'll just pick on anything, stupid stuff, you know?
He's so close, he can see the finish line. But Dion's forced to go through every scrap of paperwork with the inspectors. One mistake, and the whole trip could be for nothing.
We just have to wait for them, that's all we can do.
The team need to keep their cool.
You're just going to get their back up and they're going to pick on anything that they can find. So you're better off being nice. They're doing their job, we're doing our job. There's no point getting angry with them.
Fine.
It's the office, wondering where Dion is.
Hello? Yeah, they're here. Stay up. The boss man checking in to make sure everything's all right. For the 15th time this morning, I think he's a bit stressed.
Finally, the inspectors are happy. Dion can move on and bring the load home.
We go over the causeway onto the island. It's pretty spectacular over the water, and that's something we don't get to do much of. At the end of a long job, all the stress is off the shoulders, the job's done.